up, everybody? It's your boy Collector John again, coming at you today with another plastic bin full of video games. I got this entire bin of games plus some more games that I couldn't even fit in the bin for $80 on Facebook Marketplace. The seller had it up for $100 and I offered him $80 and he accepted my offer, so that was pretty cool. And there were about 30 games in this lot, which I think for $80, that's pretty freaking solid. I mean, that's less than $3 per game, which is pretty good in this day and age of expensive game collecting. But I'm not sure what condition these discs are gonna be in, and I don't know if there's gonna be any manuals included. I don't know if it's just gonna be a bunch of empty cases with no discs or manuals at all. I mean, I did look through a few of them just to make sure some of the stuff was there. But I haven't looked through everything, so today we're going to look through it together and decide if this $80 lot that I picked up was a steal or a scam. And as usual, we're also going to be making a keep pile and a trash stack. The keep pile is going to be the stack of games that I'm hanging on to because I think they're cool video games and I don't already have them in the collection. And then the trash stack is going to be the crappy games that I don't care about. You know, the Madden 09s, the FIFA 12s, all that crap. And at the end of the video, we're gonna take that trash stack over to my local game store for trade-in, and we should be able to get some value back that way as well. So that should be pretty fun. But anyway, I think that's enough yapping for me. It's about time to start looking through this stuff and see how we did. Let's get into it, baby. Alrighty, and here's our bin full of games here. As you can see, we have some PlayStation 3, some Xbox 360, a little bit of PS2. We have this little stack here that did not fit in with everything else, so I just put it on top. So we'll go through these first just because we can kind of already see what they are. But yeah, we got ourselves a copy of War Games DEFCON 1 here for the PlayStation 1. And yeah, kind of a, you know, there's some sticker residue. Got a sticker on the back here, so not an amazing looking copy, but looks okay. Let's check out the disc. And oh my goodness. What? Looks like we have Metal Gear Solid Disc 1 in here. That's weird. This is already some strange developments with this video. This is a pretty scratched up, gnarly looking copy. And again, it's just the first disc, so we don't have disc 2. I'm not really sure how to factor this in with my trade stack. I don't think I can trade in a single disc to a game store. I'm not really sure what to do. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's a free game, free half of a game, but I don't know what to do with it.
You need to swap disc 1 for disc 2. You see the disc labeled 2?
And then we have War Games DEFCON 1 here, which that actually looks really good. So that looks fine. Just a little bit of dust on it, but it looks okay. We got the manual here. Pretty good condition for the manual as well. Pretty small manual. We have some, what do we have here? Registration card or something. This looks like some kind of marketing survey. They're asking like what games you plan to buy in the next 6 months. Please list your favorite titles. That's kind of interesting. And the manual itself is pretty small. There's not really that much in here. But anyway, nice copy of the manual, nice copy of the game disc. Case is a little rough, but you know, PlayStation 1 cases are easy to replace. So I don't have this game, so we're gonna throw this one in the keep pile. And again, we also have this extra disc. I guess I'll put this on the trade pile. Maybe I can sell this on eBay or something and subtract that from my total amount that I paid, but I don't know. I feel like there's not really that much that I can do with this disc 1 of Metal Gear Solid. I don't know, kind of an interesting little bonus there, I guess. All right, we all know what this is. We have a Cyberpunk 2077 for the PlayStation 4. In the this is like the launch edition that came with this sleeve, and it also had like a pretty beefy manual and some like artwork that came with it. I actually already have this exact same version of the game on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, so here's my copy, and I also have all of the documentation and artwork that came with it. So there's no reason for me to keep this. I'm not sure what the value on this is now. I mean, I know when Cyberpunk originally came out on PlayStation 4, it was just like a completely broken version of the game. But I know like since then they've really done a lot to you know, make it run better on the PlayStation 4, and then they also put a lot of work into the PlayStation 5 update version of this game. So you can throw this into a PlayStation 5 and get the free upgrade, and that's a great way to play Cyberpunk. So I feel like this must still have some value, like maybe 15 or 20 bucks for this version of Cyberpunk. But yeah, I already have it, so this is gonna go in the trade pile. And then we have a copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare from 2019, I think. Yeah, I already have this as well, so we're gonna put this one in the trade pile. This is a really good Call of Duty game. I think it's a lot, ooh, that disc is, that's a pretty gnarly looking disc. That actually reminded me, I forgot to check the disc from this Cyberpunk game, so, oh, that's also not great. I mean, there's some like shallow scratches and some dust. Yeah, I kind of just wiped it off a little bit and it looks better now. Let's check out this other disc here. And that one looks fine. So yeah, not a terrible copy of Cyberpunk. Should be totally fine. But anyway, going back to this copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, really dusty, weird looking disc. I'm just gonna wipe this down with a damp microfiber cloth really quick, get some of that dust and smudgy crap off of it. I know ideally you'd want to use isopropyl alcohol for stuff like this. I don't have any right now. I think water's fine. It just like dries a little slower, so I'll just like leave the disc out for a minute before I put it back in the case. But anyway, that looks a lot better now. I'm not sure how it got so dusty. It must have just been like left out on a shelf or something for a while. But anyway, I don't really see any scratches or anything on there now that the dust is cleaned off, so that should be fine. I'm gonna put this on the trade stack since I already have it. I'm just gonna leave it open like this for a bit while it dries off. All right, looks like we have a sports game here. We have Madden 08 for the PlayStation 3. I have no interest in keeping this, so that's gonna go on the trade stack. Some smudges on that disc, but whatever, it's fine. All right, now we're getting into the meat of this. I'm gonna start from the left and just go from left to right, and we'll see what we got here. We've got a PS2 game, God of War 2 for the PlayStation 2, which is a 2-disc set. Very nice. Feels like a nice complete copy. Let's see what we got in here. Yeah, so we have the manual. We have the special features disc on top. Actually, that artwork is pretty cool. And then we have the game itself right here. I don't have God of War 2. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of these PlayStation 2 God of War games. They're just not really my jam. Like, I really just prefer Devil May Cry, honestly. Like, Devil May Cry is my character action game series of choice on the PlayStation 2. But I think since I don't have this one, I think I'm just going to keep it. I don't even have like the first game, so I guess I should probably get a copy of the first game, honestly, if I'm going to keep this one. But yeah, I'll put this on the keep stack just because I don't have it. All right, now we have an Xbox 360 game, NBA 2K6. Not very interesting. Probably not going to keep this one either. That disc looks fine. And another, nice complete copy, but it's a sports game. I just don't really care that much. We'll put this on the trade-in stack. We have another PS2 game here. What do we got now? Kessen. I don't think I have this one. I don't really know what this is. Is this like an RTS? Like, it kind of looks like it might be an RTS based on the screenshots. But I don't really know. Like, Command Thousands of Troops, that sounds like an RTS to me. Yeah, I mean, that sounds kind of interesting. I don't have it, so I guess I'll put this one in the keep stack. I'm not like that interested in it. But it is another PS2 game that I don't have, so I guess I'll just hang on to it. And next up, we have Red Faction 2. That's actually pretty sweet. I really like Red Faction. I do have the first Red Faction game on PS2 as well, so I think I'm definitely gonna hang on to this one. I've actually never played Red Faction 2, so I'd be interested in checking this out for sure. I play a lot of the original Red Faction on PC. I haven't played as much of this PS2 version. It's definitely like not as good as the PC version, but I think these old first-person shooters on the PS2 and Xbox, I'm like very, very into that kind of thing, and I like having them physically. Definitely hanging on to Red Faction 2. I think this is pretty sick. And that disc looks fine. I forgot to look at it, but it looks totally okay. Alrighty, and we have ourselves a banger here. Need for Speed Most Wanted for the Xbox 360. This game has gone up in value quite a bit. I think it's like a $50 or $60 game now, maybe even more than that. Yeah, that disc looks really good. Just some like fingerprints on it, but looks totally fine. Manual looks great as well. Yeah, nice crispy manual, looks great. Not a full color manual, but that's okay. Still a good manual for sure. So yeah, really, really great minty copy of Need for Speed Most Wanted. This is freaking awesome. And yeah, I don't have this game, so this is awesome. I definitely played it. Like, I played it back when it came out, and then I had a disc-only copy of it for a while. So I played that within like the last couple years, and then I think I sold my disc-only copy at some point. But I'm really happy to finally have a complete copy of this. I think that's awesome. And this is just a really fun racing game, like a good arcade racer with a silly story. Excited to play more of it. Need for Speed Most Wanted is freaking awesome. And we have another Xbox 360 game here. Oh, this is another pretty good one. Gun. This is awesome as well. I don't have Gun on the original Xbox or the Xbox 360. I think it came out on the PS2 and GameCube as well. Kind of just came out on everything. I don't know if there is a PS3 version. But yeah, this is another one that's kind of gone up in value a little bit. I think not nearly as much as Need for Speed Most Wanted. But I think it's like a, maybe $15 or $20 game now. And that's another really nice looking disc. No manual, unfortunately. I'm sure this did come with a manual originally, so that's kind of a bummer, but still, Gun is awesome, and I don't have this, so this is 100% going on the keep stack. I think this is pretty sweet. Some more PS2 stuff here. We have, what is this? Oh, Tekken Tag Tournament. That's actually pretty cool. I have Tekken Tag Tournament, but my copy is pretty bad. Yeah, so here's my copy, and I think my disc is like not great looking. Yeah, there's just like a lot of scratches and scuffs on my copy of Tekken Tag Tournament. I remember it like doesn't always work when I put it into my PlayStation 2. So, you could get it resurfaced and it'll probably be fine, but I think I'm just gonna trade in this copy And so I'm going to put this copy on the trade stack. We're going to count it towards our amount of what we get for our trade-ins. Just since I already have it and I'm replacing it, I mean, I might as well just put it on the trade stack, you know? But yeah, let's take a look at this other copy here and see how that looks. There's some like very, very light scratches on it, but it looks a lot better than my other copy, and I'm sure that'll be fine. It comes with the manual as well, which is awesome. This is like a really, really thick, beefy manual. You love to see it. Ooh, and it's full color. That's freaking great. This looks, oh man, I love manuals. I love looking through these old manuals. It's so cool. Oh man, I love the design of this one too, with like all these different colors that it uses. I love this lime green. That's pretty freaking awesome. And yeah, Tekken Take Tournament is a great fighting game for the PlayStation 2. So yeah, we're definitely going to keep this and replace my other copy that I had there. All right, and we have a copy of Madden 2001, which is not interesting at all. One of the most common versions of Madden that you'll see on the PlayStation 2 is probably Madden 2001. I think it was like one of the first ones to come out, maybe the first one to come out on the PlayStation 2. So I think a lot of people like bought it when they bought their PlayStation 2, but I'm not interested in this. I'm not going to keep it. We're going to throw it on the trash stack. Okay, and we're getting into some PS3 stuff here. I don't really remember what all of these are. Hopefully there's some interesting stuff on the PS3, but yeah, let's start looking through it. Starting off with a copy of Killzone 2, which I already have. It is a nice complete copy. Let's check out this disc. Disc looks a little weird. I kind of wiped it down a little bit just to get some of the smudges off. I wasn't sure if there were like scratches or smudges on it, but most of it wiped off, so I think it was just like weird smudges, and that disc otherwise looks pretty okay. Like, I'm sure that'll work. And yeah, again, I already have Killzone 2. It is a great first-person shooter, but we're going to throw it on the trade stack just because I already have it. Next up, we have a copy of Batman Arkham Asylum, which is another game that I have. I have a copy on the 360, so I'm not really interested in keeping this copy. And again, some kind of weird smudges on this disc. And just kind of wipe that one down a little bit too. And yeah, you know, Arkham Asylum is a great game. It might be my favorite of the Batman games that have been made. I think Arkham Knight's pretty cool, but this one is just like the classic. Like, I think this game is really, really cool. But yeah, like I said, I already have it, so we're gonna throw this one on the trade stack as well. Okay, and next up we have Resistance Fall of Man, which I have. I think I have the first one. But I don't have the other two. For a second I thought there was like marker on the disc here, this like line, but that's supposed to be there. And that disc, again, a little smudged up, but seems like it'll be totally fine. And we have some documentation here. We have a manual, and we have this thing, some kind of registration card or something. Yeah, another nice color manual. That's a good one. This is looking pretty nice. So here's my copy that I already have. This one's honestly looking a little more beat up than this one here. And you know, this one's complete as well with all the same documentation and everything. I think as this one's looking like a little dirtier, I'm going to trade this one in. I'm going to keep this other copy. So this copy that I already had in my collection is going on the trash stack. And this nice one we're going to keep. And then we have another Resistance game, Resistance 2. Like I said, I don't have Resistance 2 or 3. And yeah, another nice complete copy, another disc that looks okay. They're kind of all smudged in like the same, kind of like this weird line of smudgy dust going across the top in the same way. I'm just gonna clean that off really quick. Yeah, just kind of lightly wiped it down and all that stuff came off. Yeah, manual's in here. This manual's pretty beefy manual. Once again, another beefy one. Another nice color manual. We have some like, you know, some kind of fake like 50s magazine ads, like wartime propaganda stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh, not safe for YouTube. I'm definitely hanging on to this. I don't have it, so it's going to go on the keep pile. Along with Resistance 3, which I also don't have. Yeah, this is like a series that I'm really not that familiar with. I feel like it was kind of their Sony's Halo competitor, along with, you know, Killzone. But I think people like these games. Like, I think they're supposed to be pretty good. I've only ever played the first one. Not really familiar with these other ones at all, so probably be fun to check out at some point. And I like having these PS3 exclusives in my collection. So yeah, we're definitely gonna hang on to this as well. Another nice looking manual here. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't really like this cover art as much as the other two games. I think this cover art's probably my favorite. This one just looks kind of generic. I don't know, like this could be for a Gears of War game or something. Anyway, I'm keeping it. And we have a sports game, NBA 2K7. Not gonna keep this, not interested in it. Disc looks fine. We will throw that one on the trash stack. Modern Warfare 2, I already have this on the Xbox 360, so I don't think I'm going to keep this one either. Another totally decent looking disc, just some smudges and dust on it. So I will throw this one on the trade stack. We have LA Noire, which is another one that I have on the 360. Ooh, looks like that disc came out. So I'm not going to keep this one either. I'd rather have the 360 version of LA Noire. Yeah, disc. All these discs are kind of looking the same, like they just have some dust on them. Dust and like light smudges. But yeah, LA Noire is awesome, but like I said, I already have it. I also have it on the PS4, so I have like multiple physical versions of LA Noire already. So I definitely don't need this PS3 version. We're gonna throw it on the trade/trash stack. We got Madden 11 for the PS3. Not interested. Disc looks, that one's looking a little rougher than the other ones. Just wiped it down a bit, now it's looking fine. Oh, this case is broken, that's why it's not going in. There's like a, the little nub isn't there anymore, it's just gone. So yeah, this copy of Madden 11, gonna go on the trash stack. Probably get like 10 cents for it. Modern Warfare 3, once again, I have this on the Xbox 360, so we're not gonna keep this copy either. Another kind of dirty looking disc, but it's fine, it's not a big deal. That's gonna go on the trade stack as well. Madden 09, a lot of misses here with this PS3 stuff, a lot of stuff that I already have and I'm just not interested in. So yeah, this Madden 09 will go on the trash stack as well. And I'm kind of rearranging some stuff here just to consolidate it a little bit. We've done a lot of PS3 stuff. We'll go through these Xbox 360 games, then we'll hit these PS3 games at the end. All right, let's see what we got here. Call of Duty 3, I don't think I have this one. Oh, there's no disc in here. What? Okay, well, that's a bummer. Maybe I can harvest this case because it's a really nice Xbox 360 case, really clean, no sticker residue or anything. So I might just recase another one of my Xbox 360 games that needs a new case. We'll just use this, I guess. And some of these other games that I'm trading into, like I might use some of these PS2 cases for some of my PS2 stuff that I need new cases for. I know you can like clean sticker residue off cases, and I do that, but I also have some cases that are just like broken. So we can definitely like use some of these other cases for stuff like that. All right, and we have Gears of War, which I have Gears of War, obviously, because I'm an Xbox 360 aficionado. That disc is looking pretty good. We got the manual. I'm just gonna look at my copy of Gears of War really quick because this one's really, really clean. Like it doesn't get much cleaner than this. Okay, so this is my copy of Gears of War and it looks fine, but it does have some, like a little bit of sticker residue right here. And there's like a little nick there too. So, this isn't like a terrible copy, but it is looking a little bit rougher than this one, which is like really, really minty. So I guess we'll keep this other copy of Gears of War and we'll trade in this copy that I already had. All right, and we have, oh baby, okay, this is a really, really good one. Peter Jackson's King Kong for the Xbox 360. This game has gone up in value quite a bit this past year. It's gone up a lot, actually. And let's check out this disc really quick. Yeah, that's a really solid looking disc. Some really light scratches on it, but that'll be totally fine. Just gonna wipe this one off a little bit, just since it is a somewhat pricier game. Not a perfect disc, but it's totally fine, totally serviceable. I might get this one resurfaced at a game store, just because like I said, it is a little pricier. But yeah, this is like a really nice looking copy of King Kong. This manual is looking really good too. No color manual for King Kong, which is unfortunate, but overall, really nice copy of King Kong. I don't have this. So I'm absolutely going to keep it. I've always been interested in playing this. I think I rented it. I don't remember if I rented it on the Xbox or the Xbox 360 back when it came out. But yeah, it's been, a long time since I've played it. I'd be really interested in checking it out again. I think it's kind of a hybrid, like first-person shooter mixed with some like kind of beat-em-up mechanics when you play as King Kong. And that's really cool. I like that it has different styles of gameplay throughout the game. So I'd really be interested in checking this out again. I think this seems pretty sick. Okay, we have one more Xbox 360 game here, and we got a real stinker. We got Madden 07 Hall of Fame edition. Not really interested in keeping this. I'm not even gonna look at the discs, like whatever. We're just gonna throw this one in the trade pile. Okay, and then we have a few PS3 games here to round this off. We have Call of Duty Ghosts, which I don't know if I even have this one. And that disc is kind of, not great. Not a great looking disc, but I'm just gonna throw this on the trade stack. It's not really worth anything. I already have it on the 360, I think, so we're just gonna, throw it on the trade stack. We have NBA 2K8, another one that I'm not really interested in, but decent looking copy. Disc is a little smudged up, as most of these are, but not terrible. And we have the manual and some other stuff in there, so that's a decent looking copy for the trash stack trade and pile thing. We have Grand Theft Auto 4, which is kind of interesting. I have this on the 360. I don't think there's any reason for me to hold on to this PS3 version, even though I freaking love Grand Theft Auto 4. Like, it's probably my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. I love this game a lot. But yeah, I already have a good version of it. I don't think I really need to keep this one, so we're going to throw this on the trade stack as well. And we have Grand Theft Auto 5, which I'm also not interested in. Like, there are much better ways to play GTA 5. It's like just a ripped piece of the map. What's going on with this map situation? Yeah, it looks like part of this map got ripped off. Whatever, I don't really care. I'm not keeping this. Yeah, there's just like better ways to play this game, and I don't really care about Grand Theft Auto 5 that much, honestly. Like, I think it's just okay. That disc is really dusty. But yeah, we're gonna throw this on the trade-in pile. I just don't really care about it that much. And lastly, we have Call of Duty World at War, which is you know, it's a pretty good game. I have it on the 360, so I'm not gonna keep this copy. But you know, cool Call of Duty game. Maybe a little underrated. This was like kind of the last World War II themed one they made for a while after Modern Warfare came out. So kind of an interesting title in the series, but I'm just not that interested in it since I already have it. Okay, and here's everything that we're holding on to. That's a pretty decent looking stack. I mean, not as much stuff as we've picked up in some of my other big bulk unboxing videos, but there are a couple things in here that I'm really excited about, like particularly Need for Speed Most Wanted, Gun, and Peter Jackson's King Kong. I think if you put all those into price charting, it's already like 120, 130 bucks. So, you know, having paid $80 and then with all this other stuff and then with whatever we get for the trade-in pile, I think we definitely did pretty well here. But we still need to take in all of this trade-in stuff to the game store and see what we get for it. There's like kind of a lot of stuff here. A lot of really common stuff that I don't think I'll be getting that much for, and a few things that are in not amazing condition. But I think overall, we should get like a decent amount of money for this stuff, like, you know, maybe 40 or 50 bucks. That's going to be my conservative estimate. Once again, I had this weird Metal Gear Solid 1 disc in here that I'm not really sure what to do with. But yeah, let's head on over to the game store and see what we can get for our trash stack. We just pulled up to the Mega Media Exchange in Brookfield, which is where I'm going to be trading in my games today. And I think earlier I said we might get like $40 or $50 for this stuff, and now I'm kind of thinking maybe more like 30. I don't know. I feel like it's not that great of a stack. There's a lot of sports games in there, and I just feel like we're not really going to get that much for it. But either way, I'll be happy with whatever we get. I feel like we did pretty well getting all those games for $80 anyway. So yeah, we're going to head into Mega Media Exchange. I'm going to take a look around because we're going to be doing trade credit today. I'm not going to take the cash. I'm actually just going to take the trade credit and probably just buy a couple interesting titles at Mega Media Exchange. So we're going to head in there and see what they got. Let's do it. We're back, and we did pretty freaking good in there. Yeah, so I was expecting anywhere from $30 to $50 for my trade-in. Definitely, I was leaning more towards 30, like I said earlier. I just thought it wasn't an amazing trade-in pile, and most of that stuff was pretty low value, so I didn't really think we'd be getting that much for it. But I ended up getting $57 for my trade-in, which I'm really, really happy about. Like, that's over half of what I paid for this entire lot. So that's really amazing. That's like awesome, and I feel really good about that for sure. There were only 3 games that they didn't take. There was 2 Call of Duty games and Grand Theft Auto 5 that they did not take for the trade-in. Which is totally fine. I'm probably just going to donate these to Goodwill. I don't really care about them that much. I'm not going to sell them on eBay or anything like that. And with our $57 trade-in, we were actually able to grab a couple things while we were in there. So I grabbed a copy of Horizon Forbidden West, a launch edition for the PlayStation 5. I recently picked up a PS5 Pro, and I know this is one of the games that is supposed to look really, really good on the PS5 Pro. I played a little bit of this on PlayStation Plus Extra a couple years ago, and I thought it was cool. There was like other stuff that I was playing, so I kind of just messed around with it for a couple hours and then moved on to something else. But I do want to check this out again, and I'd much rather own a physical copy of it than re-up my PlayStation Plus subscription. And I think $25 is a pretty good price for this, or at least average, so I'm okay with playing that. And yeah, I'm excited to check this one out on my PlayStation 5 Pro. And I grabbed one more game in there. This one's a little different for me. It's for a platform that I don't buy a ton of stuff for, and that game is Geist for the Nintendo GameCube. Yeah, so I don't really collect for the GameCube that much, but there are a few like weird GameCube games games that I've just really been wanting to add to my collection, and this is actually one of them. I remember I had a friend back in middle school who was telling me about this game, and it sounded really cool. I think I read about it in Nintendo Power a little bit as well, but I never played it. And yeah, I always thought it looked like an interesting game. I think it has like kind of a possession mechanic where you can like possess other like enemies and characters in the game and walk around as them and do stuff as other characters. Seems like maybe a somewhat Half-Life influenced first-person shooter as well. I don't know, it seems really cool. It seems like it'd be up my alley, and I like these weird GameCube games that don't seem like they should be on the GameCube. Like any M-rated GameCube game is kind of interesting to me for whatever reason. I don't know, because the GameCube just seemed like the more like family-friendly platform from that generation, as most Nintendo consoles usually do. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. It's not the best looking copy. It does have some sticker residue and you know, bad looking stickers on the case, but we can either remove that with Goo Gone or just put it in a new case altogether. This copy did come with the manual as well, so that's cool. And I think this disc is probably looking okay. I know they resurface all of their discs at Mega Media Exchange, so that was looking fine. And yeah, $40, another like totally average price for this, but because I had that trading credit, I was more willing to spend $40 on this weird GameCube game. So yeah, very excited about this one too. Okay, and it's time to run some numbers. So we spent $80 on everything initially, and then I got that $57 back in trade credit, but then I spent $67 at the game store. So because I spent $10 over that trade credit, I'm gonna add $10 to that original $80. This is too many numbers. This is already getting too freaking confusing for me. But all in, I spent $90 on everything. That's the important part, is that for the stack of games that I have at home, plus these two games, I spent $90 of my own money. And the price charting value of the stack that I have at home, plus these two that I bought, is about $260. So I spent $90 for $260 worth of video games. And yeah, I feel really good about that. That is a great money spent to value ratio. And yeah, so I think overall we did really well on these games. I'm really happy we got some of those more valuable Xbox 360 games that I probably wouldn't have bought otherwise, because I don't really want to pay full price for those. And then I got these two cool little guys on top of that. So very, very excited about all of these. I love video games. I think video games are awesome. And I like not spending that much money on them. Even though I still spent $90, that's not an insignificant amount of money, but it's less than what they're worth. So I'm feeling really good about that. Anyway, all this talking about video games is making me want to drive back home and play some video games. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to be done with this video now. I'm going to go home and play some Horizon Forbidden West, and that should be pretty fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you feel up for it. It really helps a lot. And I'm Collector John. We'll see you guys in the next one.